I spent 3 years of my life as a full-time caretaker for my paralyzed husband, but one sentence from a dinner guest exposed his massive lie and destroyed our entire family. I met Patrick when I was 26, and he swept me off my feet. 8 months into our marriage, he was in a brutal car accident that supposedly severed his spinal cord. The doctors, his family, everyone told me he was paralyzed from the waist down for life. I didn't even hesitate. I quit my job to care for him 24/7. I bathed him, dressed him, and lifted him in and out of his wheelchair every single day until my own back was screaming in pain. I emptied my entire savings to modify our house. Ramps, grab bars, a medical bed, you name it, I paid for it. His family was always there, patting me on the back. His mom would call me an absolute saint, and his dad told me I was the daughter he always wanted. Patrick would cry in my arms, telling me he was a burden and that he didn't deserve me. I'd just hold him and tell him we were in this together forever. I was literally working myself to the bone for him. 3 years into this nightmare, my brother started dating Yolanda, a doctor finishing her residency in physical rehab. I invited them over for dinner, thinking it would be a nice family night. Dinner was fine until Yolanda started asking Patrick about his injury. She tilted her head and asked, "So, what was the level of the injury?" Patrick glanced at his mother before answering, "T10 complete." Yolanda was quiet for a second, then she dropped a bombshell. "I'm a little confused. A complete T10 injury for 3 years would cause major muscle atrophy, but your legs look like you're hitting the gym every day. Your calves have full muscle definition. I see patients every day, and I've never seen that in someone who hasn't walked in 3 years." The table went dead silent. Patrick laughed nervously, claiming it was just good physical therapy. But Yolanda wouldn't let it go. Therapy keeps tone, but it doesn't prevent atrophy entirely. This doesn't add up medically. I looked at Patrick. He was pale as a ghost. I looked at his mom. She was staring at her plate, refusing to look up. I stood up, my heart hammering. "Patrick, stand up." He tried to play it off. "You know I can't do that, honey." I didn't blink. "Then you won't mind if Yolanda examines your legs right now." His parents started freaking out, calling it an interrogation. My brother snapped, "If there's nothing wrong, why is everyone acting so weird?" I looked Patrick in the eye and screamed, "Stand up right now, or I swear to God." Patrick gripped the arms of his wheelchair, and slowly, he pushed himself up. He stood on his own 2 legs, looking down at me. I couldn't even breathe. "How long?" I whispered. He didn't answer. I screamed it. "How long have you been able to walk?" His sister finally cracked. She looked at me with pure disgust and said, "You weren't supposed to stay this long. You were supposed to leave so he could get half in the divorce." I was stunned. Half of what? Patrick's father finally admitted it. They wanted half of my grandmother's inheritance in the house. If he divorced me, he got half. If I left him, he got even more. They thought if they made my life hard enough, I'd eventually give up and walk away. They made me their slave 3 years just for a payout. My brother lost it and slammed Patrick against the wall so hard a picture frame shattered. I walked out the front door and never looked back. Patrick and his parents are currently being sued abroad, and the divorce is final next month. They wanted my money, but they lost everything.